In today's Community Focus, we are covering a number of topics today. Joining us is Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey. Good afternoon, Senator.
Good afternoon.
Thanks so much for joining us. Senator, I understand Congress is going to be addressed once again by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Wednesday. This is his second address to Congress in just about as many weeks. So what's the most important thing that you need to hear from him on Wednesday?
Well, I think that we all know that his voice is one that's Churchillian. It's rallied his people. It's rallied the Ukrainian people. It's a call to conscience to the other nations of the world. And Joe Biden is leading in trying to respond. Just last week, Democrats and Republicans came together to pass a $13.6 billion relief package for not just the refugees from Ukraine, but also to give them all the other resources they need in order to battle back against Putin and his forces of evil. So I think what we want to hear from him is what more can we do? What does he want from the United States and from the allies? But I don't think any of us have really seen anyone demonstrate this level of courageous leadership in a very, very long time on our planet.
Senator, energy costs right now are some of the highest we've seen. You proposed legislation called the Save Consumers Act. SAVE stands for Strategic Reserve, Appliance, Vehicle, and Energy Efficiency for Consumers Act. That obviously covers a lot. Can you boil it down for us and what this would do?
Well, first I want to say that we don't need the 600,000 barrels of oil that we've been importing from Russia on a daily basis. That translates into $20 billion that American consumers sent to Putin last year that he's using for the planes, for the tanks, for the infantry now in Ukraine. So we just have to end that. And instead, we have to move to a new revolution. Yes, we need a deployment of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, using potentially tens of millions of barrels from that in the short term. But in the long term, we need a revolution. We need wind and solar, all-electric vehicles. For every 16 million all-electric vehicles which we deploy in our country, we back out all the oil that we've been importing from Russia. And the same thing is true for Saudi Arabia, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just time. And I think young people really feel strongly about this, that we unleash the technological genius of our country and deploy all of these new technologies and end this reign that oil and gas have had over not just our economy, but that of the whole world.
Senator, certainly, talking long term, sure, but you and I both know legislation is not an overnight fix, and people are hoping for relief sooner than later. I mean, we've been talking about these exorbitant prices at the pump. As someone who's been heavily involved in energy issues, how long do you think consumers are going to be dealing with these high prices?
Well, I think that in the short run, again, we can deploy the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, but Putin has disrupted the international oil markets. This irresponsible, absolutely immoral war that he has declared. And again, other countries in the world that are oil producing states, they really haven't done the job thus far in trying to replace that oil. But I think ultimately, if we deploy the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, if we put together incentives for weatherization, for energy conservation in the short term, that we can transition to this much more optimistic and technologically opportune moment that we're in right now and just transform our economy. So consumers should also know, and I'm partnering with Sheldon Whitehouse, the great senator from Rhode Island, in terms of proposing a windfall profits tax. Oil companies are tipping the consumers upside down at the pump, and we have to make sure that we reclaim all those excess profits and give it back to the American people, because the oil companies, first of all, have put us in this situation. They're exploiting the situation right now, and we have to tax them to get that excess profit back and rebate it right to the American consumer.
And Senator, before we let you go, we have about 40 seconds left with you. Shifting gears quickly, we're all still adjusting a little bit to the time change from this weekend. Every year we see proposals to possibly eliminate the need to change our clocks. You co-sponsored a bill with Senator Marco Rubio, the Sunshine Protection Act. Does this have any legs?
Well, at 5 o'clock today, Senator Marco Rubio, conservative from Florida, and liberal Ed Markey from Massachusetts, we're going to make the unanimous consent request on the floor of the Senate in another half hour. And Marco has 9 Republicans with him. I've got 8 Democrats. We're going to find who opposes this, and then we're going to continue to work hard, because ultimately, daylight savings time is something that helps to turn the corners of people's mouths upwards in a big smile. And I just saw the wonderful weather forecast for the rest of this week. People are going to be glad this week that they have the extra hour in the evening to go out and enjoy that sunlight and the warm weather that's on the way. We just want to do it for the rest of the year as well. So enjoy that sunshine tonight, and just know that I'm working hard to extend it out for the whole rest of the year.
Okay, so Senator, are we setting the clocks back again in October, or are we done with it this year?
Until we get this law changed, and that's what Marco Rubio and I are trying to put together. It's the Sunshine State that's partnering up with the Bay State and the Ocean State to get this law changed across the whole country. And if we do it, we can just end this change in the clocks twice a year. And that's our objective, and the battle is on right now. But I think what we can see right now is how much people are looking forward to getting out at night. The weather forecast made me say, why am I in D.C.? I want to get back up to New England to enjoy that after work and be walking around shopping, playing tennis, or just out having a good time, but in the sunshine. So I'm going to try to do it so that it ends this year. But one way or the other, Marco Rubio and I are committed to bringing bipartisanship to at least this one issue.
All right, Senator Ed Markey, thanks so much for your time.
Glad to be with you. Thank you.
And looking ahead to Wednesday, when we'll be joined by Congressional District 2 candidate Cameron Moquin.
A Democrat will join us in studio as part of our Conversations with the Candidates series. That's Wednesday right here on 12 News Now at 4.